Hey guys, Thunder here, and I am back with the ISCC Racing Network to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of the ISCC Insomniac Elite Series. Well, it's been hyped up for a long time, and, well, it's finally time for the IS to head to Europe for its first annual European Tour. But to kick it off, we are here at a familiar track, the Silverstone Circuit in England. We've been here before. We raced here last season. It paid host to a actually very exciting finish, very exciting battle at the end between Cosmic Nova and Charles Sanford, ending with Nova taking home his first win of the season, his first and only win of the season. Now that season 3's rolled around, many people are touting Cosmic Nova to be the favorite to win this race, and he's also been considered the favorite for the entire European Tour. A lot of people are getting behind that man in the number 43. Nova needs to get some great runs together if he's going to keep himself in this title hunt. Speaking of which, the championship battle, after last race, sees Ryder Smith retake the point lead. The rookie sensation is really looking to take home the championship in his first season. In second, right behind, is DJ Curtis. He needs a good run today. He didn't have one in qualifying though. That wasn't good for him. Third is Connor Atwood, I believe, who had a bad day in Quebec and looking to bounce back. And then fourth is Jordan Davis, who likewise had a bad day and is looking to bounce back. It's been a while. It's been a bit since I read the points, so I'm sorry if I got that order wrong. But those are the main four. Although Maxwell Chan has now entered the battle after his win last week. So yeah, and we know Chan is a force to be reckoned with, so if he can keep on that form that he had at the beginning of the season, Chan will be a major contender for this championship. Those five are basically the main guys that are fighting for this championship. Although I may consider it's worth considering Cosmic Nova and maybe even Charles Sanford could join that fight. Because Nova, this is the European Tour. This could be where he gains a lot of points, and maybe it racks up a win or two. Sanford's been on a good form lately, and he is likewise a very good driver on road courses. So Charles Sanford, who's been having a breakout season, might be able to put himself into this championship battle. But anyway, that's enough rambling for me. Let's get down to business here. This track only holds 38 cars, so we had to run an LCQ for the bottom 10 in points. The drivers that failed to qualify were Gall Redlick, who missed the race by 1,000th of a second, John Amati, Daniel Voiles, and Chris Washer. Those four will not be racing today. Well, anyway, again, that's enough rambling for me, so let's get down to the track for our starting lineup. One thing that we need to remember is, well, today we are going to be having a standing start. So we've got all 38 cars on the grid here waiting. We will be waiting for the flagman to wave the green flag, and they'll be going from a standing start here. These are always very interesting. It's one of Silverstone's most notable features. It's one of the few tracks on the circuit that currently has standing starts. This is something that we hope to implement for more races in the European Tour. But anyway, let's fire up those engines and let's go racing. The engines are fired and we're waiting for the flagman to wave that green flag here. And there it is! We're green! We're rocking in England! Oh, Sanford and Fader both looking out! We're 4 wide in the first corner! Wow! They're gonna be 3 wide there as Faber runs way off the track! There was no way they were gonna make that, they were able to hold that, but they don't wreck it! Sanford gets out with the lead! Wow! What a start! And you can see while we're trying to get standing starts running more tracks, that was quite something. So Sanford's gotten away with the lead here. Nova's in second. Angels managed to get away in third. That's Will Hoyt in fourth. The pole sitter, Wood, is down to 6th place. He didn't get a good start at all, but Faber's bad start was something else. He's fallen way to the back there. And look at Henry Sanford making a diving move there. He had a pretty solid qualifying run. We'll see if he gets a good result today. We dive down the first S's here. Noah's getting a challenge from Sean Angel. Noah's got a good line in this sweeper here, though, so I think he's going to hold him off. Yes, he does. Cosmic Nova, one of the best drivers of this track. Free wide back there between the teammates. The Thunder cars are all racing free wide there. We got another free wide battle back here. This is quite the start. Wow. That was close between Fitzwater and Atwood, the two Aussies there. They touched right there. Theodore making contact in the back. This is one crazy start. Polyakov has had a fantastic start to this race, I think. Well, he's gone backwards, but he's gone backwards on the start. But he is still in the points there, so nicely done. Sanford's running wide. That's going to leave the door open for Nova. He's going to take the lead. And Cosmic Nova will lead the first lap. That was quite the headache start to this race. Nova is going to be your leader, though, here at the beginning of this race. We'll see if he can hold off the field for 44 laps. He basically held on to that lead for the entire race last year, but it's a much longer race this season. Oh, Polyakov has been touched. I think it was by Davis. He's kept it together, but that's going to cost him more time, which is the last thing he needed. I think he's still in the points, though, in 20th place. Wow. Man, my throat's already starting to hurt after that start. But DJ Curtis, he is not off to the best of starts. He hasn't made as much progress as he would have probably have hoped. Neither is Ryder Smith. I don't think Smith's really moved much from his starting spot. He's definitely got some work to do. Davis does for the second week in a row. Here's the Manson cars right here. Pericles trying to get some more points today. Faber back in 16th right now. Man, what a loss for Faber. He's got Atwood and Collins there. Things starting to calm down a bit now as Duncan challenges Brandon Wood. He doesn't have a good line there, and he's backed out of it. Now getting a challenge from his teammate David Valzak, actually. This section's pretty interesting. Like, those cars prefer the inside line, but if you can hold your own, you'll have the inside line in this next turn. And Duncan's trying to use that corner right there to hold off the 99. Collins to run wide in the back. I think Pericles did as well. These two are going to remain side by side down the front straight. But Duncan's got the preferred line in turn number 1. I think he's going to take this spot here. Yes, he is. Duncan takes over 7th. And, oh wow, he's actually challenging Wood. So he's going to try and make up another spot. Finn Guy challenges Balzac there. Fitzwater's challenged Reese Black. I'm kind of surprised Reese is having such a good run as he is right now. Duncan, he's taking 6th away, so he's on the move. Might be a guy to keep our eyes on. Here comes Chan challenging Finn Guy. And he's also got a pretty solid line in that corner. Atwood trying to move up. There in the back, he's challenging Fitzwater. Uh-oh, free wide. You can make it work, and they will. As Duncan's now gone flying around the outside of Dane Cook. Wow, he's gained a lot of spots in the span of this lap. Well, we've got free wide, and he's S's. Valzak, why do you do that? There's been some contact. He keeps on the road, actually. Didn't even run wide. Or didn't even run off the track there. So some nice car control from these drivers. Look in the back here, Polyakov's still in the points. So a good start for him nonetheless. Matt Duncan already starting to make some progress. He started all the way back in 36th. He's not typically a road ringer, so it's quite impressive to see him get such a good start. And wow, there is seriously a lot of battles going on. It appears that Chan has challenged Balzac. He's not going to get it done there. Wood, he's looking at the Cook over there. We'll have to see how this turns out. Oh, Angel, I think he just did the fastest lap of the race. Yes, he did. and he is now hounding the back of that 43. But you gotta remember, Nova is very good at defending. Oh boy, but Angel's got a run on the inside. Is Nova gonna be able to hold off Angel? That's the question. Need to hold on around the outside. I don't think he's gonna do it. Wait, no, he's still side by side with him. He's got a good run on the sweeper, and they are still side by side. Will White back there in third. He's having a great start to this one. And the second set of S's, they are still side by side. This section here could really go either way. Let's see if Nova can hold him off. And the final sweeper, Angel still got his inside. Nova trying to hold his line. I don't think he's got it. No, he doesn't. Angel's taking the lead away. Wow, that's quite a shock. We see Louvier start to work his way up, but lap 5 and Angel's taking the lead of this race. With all the action that was going on, we missed an incident that happened on the first lap. Henry Sanford ran off the track here and into the wall, and Ali Nelson did the same. And then Carl Sander turned to Felix Theodore. Sanford, oh wow, almost cut off Ryder Smith there, almost took him out. That could have been a very close call. And Nelson joins him in the pit lane. Oh wow, this is a 4 wide situation right here. Someone's gonna run wide in this. Duncan and Jason Perkle ran wide. So that just adds to what was already a very exciting first lap in this race. And on lap 2, James Shelley got into PJ Williams, turned him around. Williams was unable to save the car, and he spun into the pit lane very cleanly. Williams is lucky not to have spun into the wall. So, yeah, that could have been a lot worse for him. Outside pole sitter Jay Cook has not had a good start to this race. He is going backwards very quickly. I don't believe he is in the top 10 anymore, or he's just barely in it. We're gonna see here as he crosses the stripe. He's trying to get a spot back from Louvier. He couldn't do it. Louvier running very quickly right now, but remember he had a similar pace in Quebec, and indeed he's outside the top 10. Is in 13th place. Not a good start at all for Nick Cook, and he's actually going to get challenged for another spot here from Connor Atwood, but Atwood's not, he had a compromised line in there, and that's probably not going to work. But Dick Cook is not very quick right now. Chris Louvier, he appears to be off to a good start, but don't forget, he was very quick in Quebec, and he threw it away. Let's hope he doesn't do that again. And Atwood's looking again. Polyakov still in 20th. Ryder Smith back in 21st. With James Shelley behind him in 22nd. Both those two really need to get into the points right now to help their championship hopes. And Atwood's trying once again to get past Dick Cook here into the S's. And oh, he's running wide into Sander. They all keep it together, and Atwood, I think, is going to get the spot. Yes, he is. So that was a pretty solid move there. Could have ended badly, but it didn't. And Atwood is going to move into the 13th position. He really needs to get some points, and this is going to help his situation. Meanwhile, Sean Angel has already picked up a full second lead over Cosmic Nova. Angel's car is looking very good right now. It's worth mentioning that Sean Angel has not won a race since Savannah of last year. So, Sean Angel, who's currently having a breakout season, I would say, is looking at potentially scoring his first win in quite some time. Meanwhile, on the back here, Charles Sanford and William Duncan do battle for 4th place. Duncan appears to have a very good car as well. There's been many a time where Duncan's had a good car and he runs into problems. That just seems to be this kind of thing. We heard that the Freddy Fazbear scheme was not supposed to be on for this race. We believe there was the Maverick colors. The Maverick colors are supposed to be on for this race, but they couldn't get that one ready, so they had to run this car. But I have a but there's a chance this could be the last time we see this scheme, at least for a while. We've heard a team really was wanting to run Maverick colors for the European Tour. And Ryder Smith, he's caught Nico Polyakov, who's in 18th because Tyler Faber made a mistake and has fallen way back. He's in 20th, I believe, so Smith is in the points now. Oh, he's run wide there. That was not good. So Tyler Faber just can't seem to find any consistency right now. Faber is probably if we're talking about raw pace, Faber might be one of the fastest drivers on this grid. He has so much pace on these road courses. It's really a force to be reckoned with. But he just can't find that consistency, which is his big problem. He's in 21st right now. Smith is in 20th. Polyakov still in the points. Give this man a better ride. Like, seriously, he deserves so much better than a Blackstorm car. And back there, Faber's challenging his teammate. He doesn't care about the championship. He's caring about his own race, and not to mention, if he does well enough, he could get himself back into the title fight. I mean, he's got a lot of work to do, but he's still mathematically in it. Same for Shelley. Oh, there's been smoke. Oh, it's Jeffrey Finguy. It seems like ever since Dodge Motorsports started working with the wrecking balls, their reliability has just been shot. Because that's what happened to the 42. That car broke down, and he collected Maxwell Chan. That is not what Chan needed at all. But you're gonna see Finguy's just gonna come to a stop in the sand trap there. That is a tough break for Finguy. I think that might be his race. He is gonna be very unhappy about this one. We know he's gonna be leaving the team at the end of the season, and this is not gonna make things any better. But Maxwell Chan now has a lot of work to. But Maxwell Chan now has his work cut out for him. Oh, and we got another Wrecking Balls car off the track as well. What a messy lap this has been for the Wrecking Balls. Chris Louvier, he runs wide and gets in the center, and he loses the car. Doesn't get any damage. He doesn't concede any damage, but that's going to cost him a lot of time, as he's going to fall outside the points. So Chris Louvier, he's done it again. But this time he definitely could come back from it, especially since this is early in the race. So, oh wow! Oh, in the back, another wreck. That's Mason Powers. I think he got clipped. Is that DJ Curtis? Yes, it is! DJ Curtis is out of this race! What a crazy lap this has been. Alan Cavagnaro turns the 22 down into this wall. Powers, once again proving he sucks at car control, is unable to save it. And DJ Curtis has nowhere to go but into the 22. And that's his race. That car is totaled. So second in points, DJ Curtis is going to have a bad day here in the round of England. This is not going to do his title hopes very much good. Maxwell Chan is now trying to work his way back up to the front. He's actually got some good pace going. He's already back into the points. He's challenging Nick Pericles. It seems like that damage isn't even affecting him all that much. So Maxwell Chan once again proving just how strong of a driver he is. And Nico Polyakov is going up the order. He's in 14th. Seriously, give this man a better ride. I know I keep saying that, but I have to keep restating it when he's pulling off these kinds of performances in that car. And wow, Louvier cannot even find any consistency in it. Is that Matt Duncan? Yes, it is. Matt Duncan up to 23rd after starting 36th. Huh. Maybe he does have that road course talent running through his blood after all. As Polyakov is trying to hold off the 11, he couldn't do that. That car was just too underpowered. Trying to hold off Smith. It seems Polyakov is gaining all of his time in the corners. Oh, but possibly out of pressure of trying not to take that car out. He's probably being a lot more respectful of Smith's title hopes, so he's being pretty respectful around that 83. And Smith moves up to, I think, 15th place. Am I correct there? Yes, I am. And now here comes Chan. He's going to move up to 16th. Yeah, that 13 is underpowered, kind of proving that, really. Well, we missed this on lap 9. Jacques Cook's bad start becomes even worse as Nick Pericles gives him the boot into the wall, and he had to pit for that damage. So DeCook is out of contention for points pretty much. That's a tough break for him. Yeah, bad start, and it gets much worse. I just noticed this, but there is one car that is way behind the rest of the field. That is Alex Perkle. And really, he's been this slow the entire weekend. He showed pace in the LCQ, but otherwise he's been extremely slow. Apparently he hit the wall and had to pit for that, so he's even further behind. He's not the last car running, however, because he has Jacques Cook behind him. But Perkle is very slow right now. A lot slower than his brother Jason, who's not having a good day either, but he's in 28th. Well, he has a lot more pace than his brother does. And Jacques Cook's already bad day becomes even worse as Kyle Collins decides he doesn't want to deal with the 9 and turns him and himself into the wall. Good job, Collins. I was wondering if he was going to finally get some results today, but with a move like that, I have a feeling that's going to be a bit difficult now. Maxwell Chan signaling to his crew chief that he's going to come down this time. He wants to fix that damage at the soonest opportunity. He is in the pit window right now. So the first round of pit stops has begun right here as Chan comes down pit road. And meanwhile, Louvier is challenging the Polyakov for a spot. It's worth knowing that Sean Angel is now pulled out to about a 6-second lead. He really has a good car today. Doesn't have any competition. It appears, well, actually, Alwood said a fast lap. It's the fast lap of the race, but he's stuck in traffic right now. He's currently behind Reese Black. It's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be anyone that can challenge this 20 on pace, because right now, Angel is consistently the fastest car on track, and he is breaking away at a rapid pace. The next front runner to pit is going to be Zachary Fitzwater as he pits from 9th on lap 15 here, coming on to 16. In Silverstone, it's pretty interesting for strategy. You can try a lot of things. It seems here's Jordan Davis, Tyler Faber are in as well, along with Ryder Smith. But there are a lot of possible times you could probably come down pit road. A lot of viable times to pit. It seems some guys here are trying to pit a bit earlier. Pericles, Bouvier, Matt Duncan, Cavagnaro, they're all in. And here comes Danny Everett, who surprisingly outpaced his teammates today. Yeah, Lewis Duran's car is not set up at all. Lewis Duran has really just sunk into the shadows ever since the second half of the season started. Hasn't done much of note, really. Oh, Duncan's run wide. As we look up here, Angel still hasn't pit. We'll have to see how long he decides to go before he comes down. Holy crap. Look at that lap time from Zachary Fitzwater. That is the last guy I would have expected to run a lap like that. Fitzwater is way down the points. He actually had to run the LCQ. He was the fastest, not a surprise there, but Fitzwater's been surprisingly quick this weekend, and it looks like he is on a mission to try and get himself back up into points. He set a lap that is half a second quicker than the previous fast lap. He's stuck in traffic right now, but I think he's going to be moving forward very quickly here. And Zachary Fitzwater is extremely quick right now. As lap 20 goes on the board, a lot of leaders still haven't pit. The next one to cave is going to be Charles Sanford. I can't but wonder if it's possible you might be able to go long enough to try and get a one-stop going. I wonder if that's what some of these guys are trying to do. That would be a good strategy to try, but can they make it work? That's the question. Will they be able to make it that long? Well, not even a lap later, I got the answer to that question. Nova, Duncan, and Will Hoyt are all in, and so is Angel. Brandon Woods come down as well. Yeah, all the leaders coming down. Valzac's in, Reese Black, Carl Sander. I didn't even notice Sander was up there. Being a bit of a stealth bomber right now. And this pit lane's a bit infamous due to some incidents that happened here in a Slim Jim Series race last year. Hopefully we see nothing of that sort today. But, let's see here, Angel's already off. That just tells you how big of a lead he's got. And go, we're off. Duncan's jumped to Will Hoyt. Oh, no, don't do that! Oh! Oh, no. Well, there's the pit road drama. It's happened again. Maybe not in the same sense, but we've got some big issues. Brandon Wood, that car is heavily damaged. It's actually pouring out smoke. That's going to be his race. And Will Hoyt also with heavy damage. I think both, due to unfortunate timing in the pit lane, both those two, the races for both those two have basically been ruined. Will Hoyt was in third. Well, he was in fourth after that pit stop, but still, this is a disaster. This is a disastrous turn of events. When I look at it here, I can't really blame either of the drivers. Personally, I blame the pit crew of the 17 for an unsafe release. I guess they wanted to try and get him out as quickly as possible, but it just wasn't going to work. The timing was wrong. Will Hoyt and Wood made contact, and the Brandon Wood of old has made a return, and the fact that he can't catch a break. That, in all seriousness, though, that is a seriously tough break for Brandon Wood. He actually held up the 16 and 99 there, costing them a lot of time. Wasn't really much he could do. Like I said, this pit road is pretty tight. We've had a lot of incidents there in the past. Most notably the infamous Williams versus Lewis incident of the Slim Jim Series 1 year ago. Interestingly though, there is one guy that has gone longer than the rest. That is Dylan Young. He's currently tracking very slowly because his tires are worn to hell. Dylan Young has made it to lap 22. With a little fuel saving, he might be able to get the one stop to work, and I think that's his plan. Dylan Young is a very experienced driver, and I would expect nothing less from him to make a strategy call like this. If it works, he could find himself getting some points. He doesn't have the pace today, but if this strategy call works, he could get himself points today. He'll pit on lap 22, coming out of lap 23. Again, if he does well fuel and tire saving, he can totally make it the rest of the way. So Dylan Young will be someone we need to keep an eye on as this race goes on. And meanwhile, poor Tristan Will Hoyt is going backwards. This is not what he needed at all. He was just coming off a second place in Quebec. He looked very fast this week as well. I would still put him and the McLaren team as a whole as some of the top favorites in the European Tour because they've been very quick, but I guess today just wasn't their day. Tough break for them guys. But meanwhile, Ryder Smith, he's still not made quite much progress. Smith does not appear to have a particularly strong car today. Granted, he's still doing enough to hold the point lead, I believe. Jordan Davis and Connor Atwood are up here. These are the ones that need to score some points. They're the ones that are further behind than the others in the top four, and they're doing it right now. They're going to be gaining some points on Smith today, as long as they can hold this together. A new contender has emerged. Another blazing lap has been set, and it was by Carl Sander in the free. Again, not someone I would have expected to be this quick today, but Carl Sander, he is in 5th place right now, and he is on an incredible pace. He's actually faster than Sean Angel right now. Significantly faster, actually. He might be able to challenge Angel if he can keep this pace up and nothing goes wrong. Granted, he's got 23 seconds to make up, but if he's fast enough, he could catch him. In theory, he could catch him by the end of this race. And there's Fitzwater. He's caught up to the back of William Duncan, who's running in third. So it's going to be interesting to see these two battle. Oh, wow, I got a big gaggle of cars back here with Connor Atwood leading the way. And we can check out some of the guys here. Faber has entered the top 10. Let's see if he can finally get that consistency rolling and maybe get himself the top 10 today. There's Reese Black. Smith's up to 12th. Pericles in 13th. Louvier up to 14th, so he may have saved his race actually. And Shelley's there in 15th, but Chan's not that quick right now. Like, well, no, he does have some pace, but he's not as quick as we might have expected him to be. But knowing that trademark Maxwell Chan consistency, I think he might be able to get up front there. And Matt Duncan, he is showing that road course talent that he might have that road course talent in his blood after all, as he's worked his way up from 36th to 17th as once he gets around Tristan Wilhoit here, which considering the state of that car is inevitable. And Kyle Collins still in the points, surprisingly. He's in 20th. Everett's almost in the points in 21st, and Polyakov just outside again in 22nd. He is holding his own actually, but he can make a move. He is struggling for pace on the straights. He is making up all of his time in the corners though, and that's how he's keeping up with the 00 and the 30. Sander is continuing to set some very strong laps as he is continuing to close in on that 20 car. He actually improved his previous fast lap. So Wild Angel is breaking away from Cosmic Nova. There is a challenger lurking in the shadows. The question is, will he be able to catch up in time? And will he be able to keep this pace up for the rest of the race? And will he be able to avoid any trouble? It'd be quite surprising to see Sanford score another... it'd be quite surprising to see Sander score another win here this season because he hasn't quite had the pace, but today it seems that car is working perfectly for him. Zachary Fitzwater coming down pit road for his second and final stop. Wasn't able to get past the 97. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he'll be able to keep up the pace after this stop here. Fitzwater definitely having a very impressive performance here. We'll have to see if he can get himself a good run. I don't believe Fitzwater's actually gotten a single top 10 this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he's even gotten in the top 10 this year. That's how bad his season's been. Look back here. Louvier he's in the top 10 for now. And so is Shelley. There's Chan. He's up to 13th, and I think he might have made a mistake last lap or something. And Faber is in. Everett and Polyakov stay out. And a few guys back there are in. Otto Davis and Matt Duncan are in. Oh, Matt Duncan and Kevin Gnarl make contact. Those two already have a pretty interesting relationship because of the Team Thunder versus Hamilton All Sports rivalry in the Slim Jim series. So, bit of a love tap there, huh? 15 laps to go now, and Sean Angel is continuing to hold this lead. 13 seconds now over Cosmic Nova in second. Sean Angel's morale has been on a high, as not too long ago he scored his first win in the Slim Jim series in the 1 in 70. That was a huge thing for Sean, and really ever since then he's been doing well over here. He's also been doing well over here. So yeah, Sean Angel on some very high morale right now, and it's showing as he has had some of the best pace he's had in quite some time. And well, his hot streak may continue as Sean Angel may be able to score his first win of Season 3. Maxwell Chan hounding the back of that 2 car. And, oh, whoa, I think there's contact! Yes, there is! Dylan Young into the wall! Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Every time Dylan Young is having a promising run, this happens. Either he gets wrecked, or he gets blown up, or he blows up. Today it's the former, has another good run is going to go to waste for Dylan Young. Man, talk about a Murphy's Law season for Dylan Young. Can't get much worse, right? I shouldn't jinx it. It probably will, knowing how this year's gone for him. But yeah, that team in general has been struggling. Ryan Acosta has had some... Ryan Acosta and Dylan Young have had their talent shine through at points during this season, but overall, there's just been no luck. And of course, Mason Powers has just proven to be a bust signing, as he's had absolutely no talent. Just getting pretty blunt there. But yeah, the disaster of a year continues for Young Motorsports. I really hope Season 4 is going to be better for these guys, because it's just really sad to see that this 2-car struggling like it is. Meanwhile, though, William Duncan is seeing a car in his rear-view mirror, and it's not a lap car. No, it's the Bass Pro Shops machine of Carl Sander. Yeah, that's right. He's caught up. He is caught up to the third-place driver. So that tells you, and he's 16 seconds behind Angel. He's made up a lot of ground. That tells you he might have a shot here. Nova's actually getting closed in on by the 97 and the free, so Nova's going to need to be wary of that. But he's a good defender, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's capable of holding them off. We are getting towards the pit window for the second round of pit stops. Shame Dylan Young's not going to be able to implement his one stop, but I've already talked about Dylan Young for long enough today, so let's just not talk about that again. So we're gonna see if Sander is gonna try and get around that 97. Both these two having a fantastic run today. They do have a bit of a rivalry dating back to the old dating back to the pre-IAS days back in the IRCA here. Both these two, the RJ Manson and Team Thunder, were rival operations, and well, yeah, Duncan and Sander were. They were rivals back in the day. Well, actually, they're still rivals now. It's just not as fierce, because Duncan's kind of been a lot quicker than Sander, to be honest. Although this is an exception. Sander's a lot quicker today. That's for sure. He's gotten past to take third. Let's see if they pit. Nope, no pit stops yet. We'll see when that happens. We're approaching 10 to go. It's only a matter of time before they have to pit again. Well, Zachary Fitzwater's... That extreme pace Fitzwater had, well, it was good while it lasted. Whatever changes they made to the car on that pit stop, it's not worked. Fitzwater has pretty much lost all pace. He's only got like top 15 pace now. So, good luck holding on to that top 5, Fitzwater. Here we go. 12, coming on to 11 laps to go. Angel's going to be making his final pit stop here. Will he be joined? Yes, he will. Nova comes down. Sander and Duncan are in as well. Just look how far behind they are. Angel's already getting ready to get out of pit lane here. He's almost done with his pit stop. Nova and Duncan just entered their pit boxes, and there you go. They just started their stops, and Angel is already out. I have a feeling Angel's going to win today unless he has a problem with that car, which could happen. That the Hamilton car hasn't been particularly reliable this season. But here we go. They're coming down pit road. Oh, there's been contact! Oh, the 97 and the free are rubbing against each other into the wall. Oh, and Sander turns to 97. Oh, Duncan isn't like that. He's moved up into the free. They are hitting each other. And oh boy, they're still making contact. They're forcing each other down the track, in the grass, coming there, in the wall. Duncan and Sander, the rivalry returns. They have wrecked each other in the pit lane. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Duncan's still stuck down there. That car, I think he's come off worse. I think that car has terminal damage. Oh boy, this is not going to be good. Oh boy. I hate to think what's gonna happen. I hate to think what's gonna happen when they get done today. Oh boy, this is not gonna be pretty. Wow, we need to take a look at that. Well, here's look at what happened. You're gonna see the 97 come up there. That's not a safe release there, and he is not getting off the free, not giving him any room. And Saracen, like that, turns the 97 into the wall, and well, it just gets worse from there because Duncan retaliates, forces himself into the free car, and they're going to be pushing each other out of the pit lane, and then Duncan's about here is going to force the free down the track. He slips across the free's bumper, spins himself out into the wall, and then Sander clips the 97, hits the wall, and spins as well. Duncan comes off much worse from that. You can see his car's not even healthy enough to really run for the grass, so that's going to be his race. Sander gets away, but the fastest car on the track is now damaged and is not going to be able to contend, so I don't think Angel's going to have any competition. He just has to hope his car holds together, doesn't run into any problems, and he might be able to score a win today. I'm pretty sure it surprises no one that both Duncan and Sander have been called to the hauler after this race. I would not be surprised. I don't know what was going on there. I was talking about their old rivalry back in the ISCC days, and, well, just randomly out of the blue, it's reignited. I wonder what was going on there. Yeah, a very surprising incident, and that's not gonna be a good one. That could get the both of them penalized. We'll have to see what happens. But meanwhile, Zachary Fitzwater, he might want to look out. He is a full second off the pace of these guys back here. Faber up to 4th. Sanford's in 5th. I mentioned if Sanford keeps... Sanford's on good form right now. If he keeps this up, he might be able to contend for the championship as well. And not to mention, Angel's going to probably win today. If he does, he might be able to enter this battle if he gets on good form. So this championship is far from over. While the season's been a bit hit or miss on the action, on the racing, the championship battle is very interesting. And you hear about Chris Levier in 9th place. How about it? He's having himself a good day. After spinning himself out off the free car. Well, I've just realized that car is basically the bringer of calamity today. And well, he's come back from it. Louvier running very well. Chan, on the other hand, has not. He is still behind Ryder Smith. That famous Maxwell Chan consistency is nowhere to be found today. He's actually made a few mistakes trying to get past this 83, and he's still struggling to pass him. I don't know if he's going to get it done. Meanwhile, Matt Duncan in 13th. Very impressive drive for him. He's met the challenge. One Duncan falls, another rises, as Matt's going to be having himself a very solid run today. It's nice to see him doing well here. It's nice to see the younger Duncan doing well, especially on a road course. Reese Black. It's surprising to see him doing well on a road course. It's a bit weird to say this, but Reese Black's best runs have come on the road courses this season. Which is a bit weird because he's not really known for his road course driving. Well, like I say, and there's the free car. He's going to be holding up the 24, I think. I think he better move over because I don't think Charles is going to waste much time. Oh, Charles and Jordan Davis. Yeah, the S3 boys there. One of which is a title contender. The other could potentially enter this title hunt if he keeps his good performances up. Sanford's going to be pretty good at this track because, yeah, he finished 2nd here last year. And he might be looking at a top 5 today. He's got a bit of work to do, but he could make it happen. In the closing stages of this race, Cosmic Nova has unleashed the beast, and he is matching Sean Angel for pace. He's actually slightly quicker than he is, but unfortunately, I think it's too late. It's a little too late for this because he's not at the current rate he's catching. Well, he's gonna run out of time. But Cosmic Nova pretty much locked up 2nd place. It's a bit weird it's been weird that it's now been a full year since Cosmic Nova won a race. And this really just hasn't been his year. I can't... A lot of people are saying he's going to come back and win this championship, but honestly, I'm not sure. He just hasn't been this... He just hasn't been at 100% this season, I don't think. I don't know what's going on, but... I don't think this is the start of something bad. I think he might... I just don't think this has been his year. But he is still showing that he is basically the best driver on road courses right in this series. He has found a way to match that 20 car has been amazing this entire race, and yet here at the end, Nova's actually matching and beating that 20 car on pace. So your two-time and defending champ, still one of the best, but we'll have to see as the European Tour goes on. We'll have to see if he can get a win or two and put himself in this championship fight. 4 laps to go now, and Tyler Faber has caught Zachary Fitzwater. He is 2 seconds faster than that 41 car. He will catch up. There is no doubt about that. He is on a great pace right now, and surprisingly, so is David Valzak. Interestingly enough, so far, the second half of the season's been pretty... At the beginning here, it's been pretty kind of Valzak. He's been very quick today. And he was quick in Quebec as well. I think he got top 5 there, and he's looking at another one. So, David Valzak trying to prove that he deserves to be with this team, having another good run here. I think these are the kinds of runs that Duncan was expecting out of him when he joined this team. Meanwhile, in the back here, Sanders outside the top 10 now. He's got Connor Atwood behind him. Atwood probably hoping that he is going to move over because Atwood's going to need those points. I mean, it's just 2 points, I believe, but every point counts in this championship, especially this one, because it's a very competitive battle, and every point's going to count. Atwood's going to need those points. So, Sanders considered the lead driver, but if he's thinking for the team, he's going to want to move over for that 29 when it comes to that. Oh, Faber's made a mistake. He's run wide. That's not what he needed at all. That's going to cause problems in his efforts to catch the 41, I think. You know, Nova still catching the 20. Almost closed it down to under 11 seconds. But, again, that's going to be too little too late. As Angel's going to round this final corner down the front straight. And now, with 2 laps to go, it doesn't look like there's anything that's going to take this win away from Angel. The case of Faber versus Fitzwater is not closed yet. He has caught the 41 yet again, and he's going to make a move here down the back straight. Into the sweeper. He's going to have the preferred line. I think he's going to be able to get the move done. As we head down into the S's. He keeps that car on the road very smoothly. Fitzwater is going to lose that spot. So Faber up to the podium. You just have to wonder what Faber could have done if he didn't have that bad start. He probably would have been up there challenging Angel for this win. And now Valzak's trying to catch up to the 41. We'll see there. Let's quickly check back here with the Free, who has still not let the 29 go. The 29 is a lot faster than him, but he's not letting him go, which is very interesting, to say the least. White flag in the air for Sean Angel. We'll get to him in a minute. But right now we're watching Valzak trying to get past the 41. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it happen this time. But it looks like he is probably going... he's definitely setting him up. Going to try and make a move here at the end of this race. I think we're going to keep it live here. That white flag is waving. We're going to see if Valzak can make a move here. And Valzak is going to indeed be making a move here, I think. Yeah, he's looking. He's looking. And the power of that Thunder car is going to work here as he's going to be trying to wrap around the outside of that 41. He dives it in there, keeps it under control, and that, I think, is going to be a pretty easy pass for David Valzak. Yep, the Polish driver up to P4. We're gonna look again. Sander right behind the 29. Is right in front of 29. He's not letting him go. He is blocking him. He is blocking him. Are you kidding me? Sander, get out of the way. I get it. You're not happy, but you shouldn't be entitled to your role. You shouldn't be entitled as the lead driver to the point of not letting the others go when they have a championship to worry about. So Carl Sander not making any friends today. This is really not like him. Oh, and that one's made a mistake now, so he's not going to get that spot. The Aussie's probably be very upset with him as we're going to be coming down to the end of the race here. But none of that matters to Sean Angel. It's been a year and a half since he won a race. His morale is at an all-time high after winning the 1 in 70, and it looks like that hot streak is going to continue. As off the final corner, the Canadian, Sean Angel, he is going to return to victory lane here today. Yes, he's going to come down the front straight, cross the line. Angel's back in victory lane. He wins the Round of England. Kozaknova, 10 seconds back, is going to finish in second. So he's not going to win this race 2 years in a row. Still searching for that first win of the season. Tyler Faber, again, you have to wonder what he could have done in this race had he not had that issue at the beginning. Because despite his issues, he's going to come home with a podium here today in third. David Valzak scores his best finish since his win at Arkansas, going to finish in fourth. Zachary Fitzwater, he fell back at the end there, but he holds on to fifth. A much needed run for the Aussie Fitzwater. Charles Sanford comes home with a sixth. Jordan Davis, he is going to be in second, I think, now in the championship with a seventh. Chris Louviere finally gets himself a decent run, finishing a very respectable eighth. James Shelley, I think, is going to be at the top of the table for top 10s now, scoring his 8th top 10 of the year, finishing in 9th. And then, surprisingly, Reese Black will be running out the top 10. And indeed, Carl Sander did not let Atwood go. Atwood's not very happy with him. Yeah, definitely not. Matt Dunkovich is 13th, and Maxwell Chan was unable to overtake Ryder Smith, so he will be losing a few points today. Let's hope he can. So I guess he's still not quite on that form. So I guess his form is still very inconsistent. He's gonna need to try and fix that in the coming weeks if he wants to fight for this championship. But anyway, I think that will be it for today. So, a pretty solid race here at England. A lot of drama ended up taking place here today. But in the midst of it all, the fan favorite Canadian Sean Angel finds himself back in victory lane. Finds himself back in the IS victory lane for the first time in a year and a half. He's really on a hot streak right now. His morale is at an all-time high, and it's bound to get higher after his win here today. But anyway, that is it for today. Be sure to stick around next week when we'll be heading to Germany and racing at another familiar track, the Euro Speedway Lausitz. Here comes the resultant standings. You've been watching a production of the ISCC Racing Network. I've been Vunder. I'll be signing off, and I'll see you next time.